Okay, so a very good evening to all my students and my audience. And today we are in the eighth episode of Meet My Diamonds. And alongside me, I have Suneho Datta today, and he has secured an excellent rank of 50 in CULET 2024. Having said that, I would also like to inform all my students and my audience that this year round I got the opportunity to guide more than 115 students in CULET 2024, and most of them have cleared the entrance exam, and more than 20 to 25 students have already made it to the government law colleges under University of Calcutta. So with that, Suneho, a very warm welcome to the 8th episode of Meet My Diamonds. And since you have secured a rank of 50, যেহেতু তোর র্যাঙ্কটা 50 হয়েছে, ইটস নোন টু অল অফ আস যে তুই কোন কলেজে চান্স পাবি। যেহেতু তোর ফার্স্ট প্রেফারেন্সটা ইজ ডিপার্টমেন্ট অফ ল, হাজরা ক্যাম্পাস,
Yes, sir.
and your rank is 50 and you are a general category student, so it is known to all of us, এটা আমরা সবাই জানি, we have already understood that you will be making it to department of law, Hazra campus, which is the number one ranked college under University of Calcutta. Okay, now since I have already introduced you, Suneho, to all my students and to my audience, uh, my very first question to you would be, if you could kindly tell me about your schooling background and your place of stay.
So I completed my schooling from St. Xavier's Institution, Panihati, which helped me a lot in shaping who am I today. I reside in Agarpara. It's actually two stations south to Barakpur.
Okay, okay. So my next question to you would be, Suneho, what motivated you to study law?
So there is no like specific reason to it. Like what motivated me to study law? It was so rather a gradual process. Towards the end of last year, I kind of made up my mind that okay, I will study law because from what I found through my researches and various career counselings is that law is not only just a mere subject, but it is also a social tool through which we can shape the society. Like we can bring justice to the people who go unnoticed in the society. We can advocate for the individuals who are denied the basic rights and so on.
Absolutely correct. Now, all of us know that there are innumerable problems in the society. Now, if we just complain, আমরা যদি জাস্ট কমপ্লেন করি যে আমার সঙ্গে কেন ইনজাস্টিস হচ্ছে, আমার সঙ্গেই এটা কেন হলো, then there is no point of making such a fuss about it. Then why not study law? Why not understand what is the Indian legal system? How does it function? আমাদের গণতান্ত্রিক অধিকার কি? What are our fundamental rights and what are our fundamental duties? So if we have knowledge about all these things, then we definitely become a much more educated person. We become aware of our fundamental rights and our fundamental duties, and definitely we can also be the torch bearers of the society. Absolutely correct. So my next question to you would be, kindly tell me about your family background. By that I mean whether you are the first generation who is coming into this field, or you have some of your family members in the legal profession.
Sir, to be honest, I am not the first member of my family who's in legal profession. My late great grandfather was a advocate in Shialda High Court, so that makes me the second person in the blood lineage to be in the law profession.
Okay, okay. So you are not the first generation. You have your late grandfather already coming from this
My
profession.
late great grandfather, sir. My great grandfather.
Okay, okay, okay. Very good, very good. Okay. With that, let me move on to the next question, Suneho. So, what were your immediate feelings as well as the feelings of your family members once you checked the results of CULET 2024 on the website?
So I was literally overjoyed upon seeing that I have finally made it to the esteemed Department of Law of Calcutta University. And first of all, I didn't notice that my rank was 50. It was my grandmother who was sitting beside me who pointed out that to rank for 50 hoise, like this. And it was a very joyous moment for me and my grandmother as well, who was sitting beside me. And I informed my parents about it later,
Mm-hmm.
and also my grandfather, who's bedridden right now. And it was a very joyous moment for me indeed. That
Absolutely correct.
entire rush went through me of all those late night studies, studying current affairs, solving all the math problems.
Yeah.
I'm happy that they finally bore fruit.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So in this context, let me just add on, মানে যারা CULET 2025-এ বসবে, যারা এখনও অতটা নলেজ নেই যে হাউ মেনি কলেজেস আর দেয়ার আন্ডার ক্যালকাটা ইউনিভার্সিটি, তো আমি জাস্ট একটুখানি ছোট্ট করে বলে দিই দ্যাট দেয়ার আর 14 ল কলেজেস আন্ডার ইউনিভার্সিটি অফ ক্যালকাটা, অ্যান্ড আউট অফ দোজ 14 ল কলেজেস চারখানা হচ্ছে গভর্নমেন্ট, দ্যাট ইজ দেয়ার আর 4 গভর্নমেন্ট কলেজেস and the remaining 10 are private law colleges. But out of these 14 law colleges, it is the dream of every student. It always goes in the back of the mind of every student. Just sir, I will be sitting for CULET, whichever may be the year, and my first dream or my first goal is to make it to the Department of Law Hazra campus. And today you are here, you have already fulfilled that dream, and over the next 5 years I firmly believe you will study very hard and you will be a very successful advocate in the long run. Okay,
Yes.
moving on to the next question, Suneho. Kindly guide me through the entrance exam syllabus. What is the syllabus for CULET?
So the syllabus is actually very vast, which begins from maths, what we also know as quantitative aptitudes, quantitative aptitude, and then it takes us through English, basic general English, then verbal and non-verbal reasoning, and most importantly, GK and current affairs.
Absolutely correct. So this is our core syllabus. ও যেটা আমাদেরকে এক্ষুনি বললো, ইংলিশ, ম্যাথস, লজিক্যাল রিজনিং অ্যাজ ওয়েল অ্যাজ জিকে অ্যান্ড কারেন্ট অ্যাফেয়ার্স, দিস ইজ আওয়ার কোর সিলেবাস। এর বাইরেও কিন্তু উই হ্যাভ আ নন কোর সিলেবাস, অ্যান্ড দেয়ার আর কোয়েশ্চেন্স কামিং ফ্রম ফিজিক্স, কেমিস্ট্রি, বায়োলজি, which is a part of elementary science. We also have questions coming from history and geography, which is a part of elementary arts. Definitely questions do come from legal reasoning, but in CULET 2024 এ আমরা সেরমভাবে লিগাল রিজনিং এর অতগুলো কোয়েশ্চেন্স কিংবা হার্ডলি দেয়ার ওয়্যার এনি কোয়েশ্চেন্স ফ্রম লিগাল রিজনিং। এর বাইরেও কিন্তু উই এক্সপেক্ট সার্টেন কোয়েশ্চেন্স ফ্রম ইন্ডিয়ান পলিটি অ্যাজ ওয়েল অ্যাজ ইন্ডিয়ান ইকোনমি, that is how does the economy of the country function, India is the fifth largest economy, all these things, some small things. For example, a question came on fiscal deficit as well as balance
Yes,
of
sir.
payments in CULET 2024. Okay, so in this context, Suneho, my next question to you would be, Jay, what was the duration of the entrance exam? What was the total marks, number of questions, আর তার সঙ্গে কোনো নেগেটিভ মার্কিং ছিল নাকি ছিল না in this year?
So this year the exam duration was of 2 hours and 30 minutes, and the total number of questions that we had to attempt was 100, and there were no negative marking. There was no negative marking.
Absolutely correct. So Suneho has very aptly pointed out that this time there were 100 questions Kintu last year, that is CULET 2023 there were 50 questions, and maths was not a part of the syllabus. So there were two important changes in the question pattern of CULET 2024. Number one, mathsটাকে আবার সিলেবাসের মধ্যে ঢুকিয়ে দেওয়া হয়েছে. Number two, number of questions have increased to 100 questions. And number three, যদি আমরা দেখি, the duration of the exam has been increased to 2.5 hours, যেটা আগে আমরা ফলো করে আসতাম। ওকে, My next question to you would be, what was the level of the question paper? Means I just want you to do a comparative analysis between the question paper of CULET 2023 and how was it different from CULET 2024 according to you?
So, the paper that we had to attempt, that is the question paper of 2024, was a bit on the tougher side to that of the CULET 2023 question paper. It was not very tough from what I would say, but it was comparatively a bit tougher than what the CULET 2023 students had to attempt.
ওকে অ্যাবসলিউটলি কারেক্ট। তো এখানে আমি আমার স্টুডেন্টসদেরকে জাস্ট একটুখানি বলতে চাইবো যে সিইউএলইটি 2023 এর কোয়েশ্চেন পেপারের যেই প্যাটার্নটা ছিল, যেই লেভেল অফ কোয়েশ্চেন্স ছিল, ইন কম্প্যারিজন টু দ্যাট সিইউএলইটি 2024 এর কোয়েশ্চেন প্যাটার্ন হোক, লেভেল অফ দ্য কোয়েশ্চেন্স হোক, ওয়াজ আ নচ হাইয়ার। বাট আমি এটা একদমই বলছি না দ্যাট দ্য কোয়েশ্চেন পেপার ওয়াজ ভেরি ডিফিকাল্ট, all the questions were out of syllabus and the students found it very difficult, এটা একদমই বলছি না। মানে আই এম জাস্ট ডুইং আ কম্প্যারেটিভ অ্যানালিসিস অ্যান্ড উই আর কামিং টু দ্য কনক্লুশন যে সিইউএলইটি 2023 এর কম্প্যারিজনে ইট ওয়াজ আ নচ হাইয়ার, ডেফিনেটলি বিকজ ম্যাথস ইজ अगेन আ পার্ট অফ দ্য সিলেবাস এবং অনেক স্টুডেন্টস আর afraid of maths, they have a phobia and they run away from maths. Absolutely correct. My next question to you would be, is there any specific book which you had followed while preparing for the entrance exam, or you were subject specific? That is, for English you had purchased a book, for maths you had a different book, for logical reasoning you had a different book. What was your take?
So I was honestly very subjective when it came to books for specific areas of the syllabus for CULET. Uh, so honestly, I think there is no one specific book that can contain the entire syllabus for any entrance exam or any competitive exam as such. So I had to buy different books and go through
Absolutely
different
correct.
books for completing the syllabus.
Absolutely correct. এবং when I was making the videos, when I had uploaded the videos on my YouTube channel, আমি কিন্তু বারবার এটাই বলেছিলাম যে don't purchase one single book and try to cover the entire syllabus, because that backfires. Rather প্রতিটা সাবজেক্টের যেই বেস্ট বইটা আছে, you should be purchasing that. To give a small example to all my students যারা এখন ক্লাস 12 এ আছে and they will be appearing for CULET 2025, সেটাই হবে যে ইংলিশের জন্য দ্য বেস্ট অ্যাভেলেবল বুক ইন দ্য মার্কেট ইজ অলওয়েজ রেন অ্যান্ড মার্টিন। লজিক্যাল রিজনিংয়ের জন্য আমরা আরিহান্ত পাবলিকেশনস দেখতে পারি, ইটস আ ভেরি গুড বুক। সিমিলারলি ফর ম্যাথামেটিক্স অর কোয়ান্টিটেটিভ অ্যাপটিটিউড, হোয়াট এভার টার্ম ইউ মে ইউজ, সেটার জন্য আরিহান্ত পাবলিকেশনসের বইটা বেশ ভালো। দেন ফর জিকে অ্যান্ড কারেন্ট অ্যাফেয়ার্স আমি তো বারবার আমার ইউটিউব লাইভ সেশনসেও বলেছিলাম যে লুসেন্ট পাবলিকেশনসের বইটা is very good, এবং I, as far as my knowledge goes, some of my students have told me যে লুসেন্টটা যদি যারা ভালো করে কভার করেছে, they have found 8 to 9 questions common from লুসেন্ট। So I have seen that, they have told me, and তার সঙ্গে তো I was sharing important current affairs in the free group every morning. Okay, so my next question to you would be, what was your strategy? How did you manage your time? How did you devote time to all these subjects? What was your way of preparing yourself?
So I used to actually like keep aside the morning for maths because I have this very old like prejudice that if I study maths in the morning, that it will surely bear me fruit. I used to keep the afternoon for memorizing all the GK and the current affairs that I used to get, and the ones that you used to share in the free group. And I used to keep the evenings for reading the newspapers for updating my current affairs, and I used to actually end the day by studying by solving the general reasoning.
Very good, very
Verbal
good.
and
So your
non-verbal.
day started off with maths, then in the
Yes, sir.
afternoon you went into the current affairs which I used to share in the free group. Very good,
Yes,
very
sir.
good. The way you have managed your time, the way you have divided your time. Okay, very good. And now my next question to you would be, How important is taking guidance for CULET? Is it really necessary to take any kind of guidance or tuitions? Or according to you, self study is good enough and you can start off maybe 1 month before the exam or 2 weeks before the exam and you can crack the exam? What is your take on this question?
So my take on this question is, sir, it's absolutely not possible to start just 1 month prior to the exam and then just like fetch a good rank. My take is that we should start as early as we can, as early as it's possible, and so I feel it's really necessary to take guidance for this exam because from what we have seen this year, more than 5,000 students appeared for the exam,
Yes.
and as per my latest knowledge, we have only 2,100 seats.
Yes, absolutely correct. So,
Um,
এখানে I would just like to add on for my audience and my students. So, Calcutta University te generally what I am seeing over the last 3 to 4 years, the competition is tremendously increasing. The competition is on a tremendous rise, and this time around, I think 5,200 students appeared for CULET 2024, and there are only 2,100 seats. So out of those 5,200 students, only 2,100 students will be making it to one of the law colleges under Calcutta University. তার মধ্যে থেকে যারা first 400 or first 500, that if you are ranking in the top 500, only then you are getting a government law college under Calcutta University. So the competition is very stiff and it is becoming stiffer year after year. So in this context, taking a guidance, understanding the syllabus, how to proceed in the correct direction, কেমন ভাবে এগোবো, কি বই ফলো করব, কিভাবে নিজেকে তৈরি করব, কেমন টাইপ অফ কোয়েশ্চেন্স উইল বি কামিং, তো এইগুলো বুঝে নেওয়ার জন্য in a holistic manner, I believe that taking a guidance is very necessary. Okay, thank you. So my next question to you would be, uh, what will be your tips or your suggestions for the students who will be appearing for CULET 2025? Because এই যে ইন্টারভিউটা আমি করছি তোর সঙ্গে, this interview, the audience will be basically those students who are right now in class 12, or maybe they are doing something else but they will be appearing for CULET 2025. So what is your tips or suggestions for them?
Sir, my tips and suggestions for them would be to start solving the math problems as soon as they can, to start memorizing or rather learning GK by heart from Lucents or any other book that they can find as early as they can, and start developing the habit of reading newspapers, preferably I would say Indian Express or the Hindu. I've always like followed the Statesman newspaper alongside the two newspapers that I mentioned just now. And I would also ask everyone to join your free group because that's really helpful. The current affairs that you provide, sir, and the ones that you have provided us for the past 1 year, so those were really helpful. And don't neglect English because it's a very important part of the syllabus and it's very scoring. And if from what I have seen from my experience in CULET 2024 is, I guess most of the questions were from GK and then it was from English. So neglecting English will be a very bad move
Absolutely correct.
for
So এখানে
everyone.
জাস্ট আমি একটুখানি বলতে চাইবো যে ইংলিশ ইজ ডেফিনেটলি দ্য মোস্ট ইম্পর্টেন্ট পার্ট ফর CULET এক্সাম। মানে আউট অফ দ্য 100 questions, 30 to 35 questions will be coming from English, and English is definitely very scoring if you are coming from an English medium background. If your grammar is strong, then definitely English is very very scoring. হ্যাঁ, জিকে অ্যান্ড কারেন্ট অ্যাফেয়ার্স ইজ অলসো ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট, তার সঙ্গে লজিক্যাল রিজনিং ইজ ইকুয়ালি ইম্পর্টেন্ট, অলদো ভেরি ফিউ কোয়েশ্চেন্স, জাস্ট 4 to 5 কোয়েশ্চেন্স came from logical reasoning in CULET 2024, আর তার সঙ্গে ম্যাথস ইজ অলসো ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট। ভেরি গুড, অ্যাবসলিউটলি কারেক্ট। আর লাস্টে যেই কথাটা তুই আরেকটা জিনিসও বলেছিস, নিউজ পেপার রিডিং, অ্যাবসলিউটলি কারেক্ট। মানে আমি যেই এত ইন্টারভিউ, লাস্ট ইয়ারেও ইন্টারভিউ নিয়েছিলাম, I think CULT 2023 তে one of my students Avik Datta এই কথাটাই বলেছিল যে স্যার হোয়াট এভার কারেন্ট অ্যাফেয়ার্স ইউ আর শেয়ারিং ইন দ্য ফ্রি গ্রুপ দ্যাট ইজ ভেরি হেল্পফুল I am writing it down in the exercise copy every day, but at the same time I have developed a habit of reading the newspaper every day. So newspaper reading is a must. এবারে কে কোন নিউজপেপারটা পড়বে, আমার পার্সোনালি মনে হয় স্টেটসম্যান ইজ ভেরি গুড, টাইমস অফ ইন্ডিয়াও দেখা যেতে পারে, ইন্ডিয়ান এক্সপ্রেসও দেখা যেতে পারে। ডেফিনেটলি এই নিউজপেপারসগুলো দ্য লিডিং নিউজপেপারস, you can definitely go through those newspapers and make short notes every morning. Yeah, আর মোটামুটি তো তুই সব কিছু বলেই দিয়েছিস। অ্যান্ড সো লাস্টলি Suneho, what will be your end note, any parting words, anything you want to say before we end the interview?
So I would like to conclude by saying that working hard is something that we may find it very tedious while we are studying, but on the day of results, on the day when we will see our results, when we see that we have finally got a good rank and we are getting into a good college and the Calcutta University, that day when we will have that rush inside our minds that all these months of hard work finally is getting us the fruit that we want. So that is the day aiming which we should all work for, we should all study for.
Absolutely correct, absolutely correct. You actually, what you have said, through your words, the students of CULT 2025 will be greatly motivated. You have basically motivated them, এবং আমিও তোদের ফ্রি ব্যাচে I always tried to share some Instagram
Yes, sir.
reels or maybe some YouTube shorts
Yes, sir.
in order to motivate you guys. তো এখানে একটা জিনিসও খুব ভালো বলেছে যে perseverance, hard work, determination, all these things have a very important role to play in your success story. There is no overnight success. Overnight success বলে কিচ্ছু হয় না. It takes a lot of time to finally master your art. It takes a lot of time to understand in which direction I should be going, how to shape my preparations, and finally a day will come when you will be able to master your art. You will be able to gain mastery over your skills, and your skills will be so good that automatically it will be reflecting in your results as well. So very good, Suneho. It was a lovely interview. It was lovely to hear from you, the insights which you have shared, the small important things which you have shared. তুই যা যা বলেছিস, যেমন ভাবে পড়াশোনা আমাদের করা উচিত, সিলেবাস নিয়ে যেই কথাগুলো বলেছিস, তারপরে নিউজপেপার রিডিং কেন এতটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট, এই জিনিসগুলো যে বলেছিস, আই ফার্মলি বিলিভ দিস থিংস উইল হ্যাভ আ ভেরি ইম্পর্টেন্ট রোল টু প্লে ইন দ্য next year students who will be appearing for CULT 2025. On that note আমি ইন্টারভিউটা এখানেই শেষ করছি, ঠিক আছে? It was lovely having you.